Jellystone. Let's talk about Jellystone. Jellystone is the new sort of reboot of the Hanna-Barbera properties all together in one town, developed by C.H. Greenblatt. It is an interesting show in that I do think it is really good. I do actually like it quite a bit. But I think we have this whole thing with developing reboots of things where like they'll change stuff and I'm like, but why did you do that? And like there's certain things in this where like I think they do, like the Top Cat cartoon they did in this is exactly Top Cat. Everything they did with Augie Doggy and Daddy Doggy is really great, actually. I think pretty wonderful. It gets them very well, and it gets certain characters really great. But then it has like Yogi as a doctor. Like, why would Yogi Bear be a doctor? That doesn't really make a lot of sense. Like, why is Jabberjaw is voiced by a woman? But like, I saw a lot of people like not angry, but just like, why would Jabberjaw, like, what are you trying to say? And it kind of plays almost in a way that like this feels like a weird cartoon town thing that C.H. Greenblatt was gonna do, and you just sort of put these characters in it. It's like, well then why have Yogi Bear? Why have all the Hanna-Barbera characters in here if you're just gonna make them into like completely different characters? And I'm not trying to say that as like someone who like thinks the Hanna-Barbera characters are perfect and like an idolized childhood sort of thing or something like that. I actually don't think it that way. I just am constantly confused over like why not just make something original. Like I still don't understand that. Or like why are the banana splits are now evil all the time now because of that movie. Like I don't know. I did like certain episodes, like the Top Cat one was really great. The Bottom Cat joke was weird. There was one where all the kids like get in basically a trench coat to see an R-rated movie and say they're a lawyer and get involved in like this ridiculous cartoon thing where like, oh, they're a lawyer, they have to do this, and then there's a lawyer, they have to do this, they become like the mayor, they become a judge. It was like all this crazy stuff these kids ended up doing so you can hopefully see an R-rated movie. That was a really great cartoon, actually. Austin says Yogi Bear was a surgeon in General Hospital. Oh, I forgot about that, I guess. Cheers to you, Austin. Or like the one where Yogi complained about how he was always getting full, so they put an endless nuclear pit basically in his stomach. Like that was just bizarre. So like I am a little like, I don't love how liberal they were with like changing his characters, and I often question like why do that, but I still like watched 6 episodes and I still enjoyed it. And I was like, I think like the thing about Pete Browngarden's thing with Looney Tunes, they're the same characters. Like there's so little difference. Like you could watch it back to back with an old one. You can't really watch this and see a Yogi Bear cartoon. Like I just don't see the connection. And I sort of wish Jellystone had just been, first it's named Jellystone and they're not in a park. Like that's weird already. And I wish he had it so they're like all in the same universe and they talk to each other, but they all coexist within their own like actual environments and so forth. Or Magilla Gorilla by Paul F. Tompkins, though. I do really like that. But they kind of just put it in this town, and that's fine, and it's actually very entertaining, and it definitely works. It's just kind of a weird way to take the franchise, and, it's like I don't like where they're taking it, but at the same time, I do enjoy it, and I do enjoy it as a cartoon. I think C.H. Greenblatt did a good job. I don't think it is like... It's honoring the original because it's like made a good cartoon out of them, and I don't think anyone's been able to do that. But I mean, and they have a good voice cast. Dana Snyder as Snagglepuss, Lapsy. They do so many jokes about the Peter Potamus. I was like, who C.H. Greenblatt voices, like he's the butt of every joke in this. From Grace Helbig is in this. Just like a crazy good voice cast in this. Melissa Villasamore, I guess. I'm sorry. Thomas Lennon as Top Cat. Ron Funches as Shagrug. Like so many great voice casts in this, which I really liked. I thought they did a really good job with that. I just often like it was all the Top Cat cartoon is great actually. Like they do a lot of ones that are really great, but then they'll have these crazy cartoon things like where Sydney Bear turns everyone into gelatin I actually really like that cartoon. I don't think Cindy Bear is like that at all. But I enjoyed it. So I'm kind of like half like I sort of get confused at reboots like that because I'm often like are you saying something? Like why do it that way? I don't understand that part, but I will say like I enjoyed it enough. But unlike the Pete Brown Garden Looney Tunes, where I see that and I want to watch older Looney Tunes, in this I don't want to watch Yogi Bear. Like I don't want to watch all these. It's like I like what they do with the obscure characters. I like some of the stuff, but it just doesn't remind me. It doesn't make me excited about Hanna-Barbera. It reminds me of them because they're there, and I like they have like super obscure. Like I did not expect Augie Doggy and Daddy Doggy to become like really cool over the past week, or other ones that like, because there's ones that had cartoon shows, there are others that had their cartoons within cartoon shows. Like there's so many Hanna-Barbera characters. But I did question like why do it, but then I enjoyed it while it was going on, and I think like yeah, sure, they could have just C.H. Greenblatt could have just made like cartoon Animal Town show and not had Hanna-Barbera characters, but yeah, you probably could have done that. But I still enjoy this show a lot, and I actually haven't shown my daughter yet, and I plan to actually, and I think it's actually a really good show. I wish HBO Max was pushing that more than the Prince show. Like I think that this is like a positive, fun, really great actually cartoon, and you know, it might not be the greatest reboot going on right now. It's not as crazy as like the He-Man reboot or anything like that, but it is actually a lot of fun. And I think C.H. Greenblatt made a good cartoon. You know, whether he did it correct or adapted these characters with these long legacies in the right way that makes, you know, you want to watch everything that they've done before or anything. He doesn't do that, but he still makes a really solid, wonderful, like, you know, cartoon Animal Town show that if it was on Cartoon Network back in the day, I would have watched it, and I enjoy watching it now. And I think it's just, you know, regardless of why or how he adapted it, he made a really good cartoon, and I'm happy with that right now.